Hello guys, this is Sam and we are back again with another video, and today we are dealing with Black Lightning season 3 episode 1. So it was an interesting episode. I kind of really enjoyed how it played out and how things turned out to be. Oh, like I see the family, the Jefferson families always know how to bring it to the party, and as this is the first black superhero movie, I'm really enjoying, because most people thought they would have come to an end or whatever, see, but it seems like the stands are going nowhere and people are still just doing what they do. So it was an interesting episode. I really enjoyed it. So without wasting any time, please click that subscribe button if you before we go anywhere, and click the like button if you enjoy it, and also don't forget to comment, because we have a comment section so that I hear what you like and what you're enjoying with whatever I'm doing here. That helps me out a lot, and helps me out whenever I do other episodes or other series that you might see coming in the end. So please guys, do so that I might know what I might be doing next or whatever I might prepare for you. But for the moment, let's just enjoy the fight and enjoy this action scenes that we're seeing in all the Black Lightning fights and the stunts, because it felt like today, because Thunder and Black Lightning have disappeared from the city, the only people who are active at the moment it's Thunder, but not also Thunder. She's actually using a different superhero name. I think her name is Blackbird, and we know Blackbird from last season. She was the one who was stealing money from all those drug lords so that she can help out the church and stuff like that. So in this scene, as you can see, it seems like she was hit, but we don't know that if she is alive. That is the problem, because we just saw her down on her knees and nothing, she wasn't moving, and I don't know how it's going to play out in the end, but I don't believe that we can just find ourselves losing one of our important, or one of our most important superhero and stunt woman in the beginning. I think there will be an understanding, an explanation, and we find out what happened. Maybe she might have picked up some cuts, or she might have taken her to heal her body. Remember, she is the strongest. She is even stronger than even nature itself. So I hope she raised up, and we see how it plays out. So before I waste any time talking about what I'm seeing and what I'm showing you, let me go with you to the scenes of the episode of today and how it played out and how we are expecting it to go. So as you can see, last season, as we were watching this episode, we found out that Tobias was captured at the end. Black Lightning helped on that situation. Even Jennifer, she played a bigger role, because she is actually stronger than, I feel like she's, even though the father is strong, but she's also stronger, and she played with whatever she did, their powers, to make this guy just come out to the mess of the government. So the government has him looked at in the black side that they're saying he is in, and we will see whatever that happens next. So on the next images, this like from last season, if you remember, the government approached the Pearson family, threatening them about this unknown villain. We don't really know who it is, but they said that the McCoven is coming. So we just know that the government has this made up word or made up situation of this enemy, and the person who's coming that might head the family, the person family. But for us to know to what extent is the danger that they're in, we absolutely don't know at the moment. So when the episode starts, we find out that we start in that unknown government site, where we find out that there are different port kids. As you can see, that woman was being analyzed. As you can see, this information, and she was being tested in this. I don't know too many questions. The questions was being asked, and she was ready to find out whatever that was happening. So we don't know how this is playing, but I was surprised that we didn't expect is that even Mr. Pearson or Black Lightning was there. He had given himself to protect his own children, because they were under threat. If you remember from last, the government was actually threatening to take them, because they wanted to control the superhero freelance, so that they know that whatever they do according to this. So we see him suffering, showing up to I think day 32 or something, as they're doing too many experiments on him. Remember, those guys are scientists, and they're trying to do so. As a person who gave himself up to these people that aren't thought that they were going to put him in those intensive care and those things that they were just putting. I think you should just have to watch the episode to see whatever that is happening. I think it's the beginning, 5 minutes or 6 minutes of the episode if you watch, where we see him being put all the things that was happening. So I don't believe it was going to go anywhere without us seeing the people for freelance saying whatever they think about the situation. So they're actually complaining about where Black Lightning is, because it seems like it's been 4 months now since he hasn't been seen in the streets of Freeland, and some are even actually thinking that he's dead, and some are actually giving up whatever they think. So we don't know how it's played out, but as we know that he gave himself out so that he protects his family. It means Anissa and Jennifer and the wife have been left at their homes. As you can see, Anissa with the Reverend as they went to see other children that were put in cage. These are also Greenlight's children, the new ones where the government is saying it's processing so that they can send them in the black site, or see if they can get rid of the Greenlight in their system. So it's really crazy how it's playing out, because I'm wondering how is this story going to play out, because I feel like the government is actually the enemy, not the Markovian that they're just giving us all this story that they're telling us, because I don't think that will actually play out and change anything. So we get introduced to a new character who's going to be in the show this season, in the face of a cop, of a army or commando or something like that. As we can see, he can kick ass. I think he has the power to blend in or to control or to get the power of the person he is fighting with, and use that power to his own advantage. So in other words, he becomes the meta-human he gets in contact with in his fight, and he gets the strength that he uses. As we can see, he was fighting with this guy who can control any matter, and in the end he was controlling until he killed him. We are here to find out what is his real mission, but I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's one of the people that are going to be fighting very badly with the Black Lightning and Thunder. So we found ourselves looking at also who? Jennifer, and this seems like she's losing control, and her power for her to be stable, her power has to be used, because unlike Black Lightning takes in power. Her power it generates from her, and she has to take it out. So she finds herself in some situation that she has the power inside her that she has no control over. So that's how you find her doing all these things, and they're first turning out to be something else. So in the end, we find that other army people, or maybe nurses, after they've seen those children, they're complaining. And they're complaining it to Anissa, and as she's Thunder, and she's this new girl superhero that people are talking about, it becomes hard for her to act like everything is normal while she sees that people are being attacked and are being destroyed. And I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm telling you, very soon the Pearson family are going to discover who the real enemy is, and they're going to have to fight it. And it's dangerous to fight an enemy who knows you but you know nothing about them. According to me, that's what I believe. So we get to meet our detective, as is the chief of the police now. So it seems like he was threatened by the army to give up a statement to say that the army are actually in control, or maybe they're in help out, so that these guys can have a chance to do or to control whatever they want in the street of the army or in the freelance army or something like that. So it seems like it was actually a threat, because it ended up coming to a point where these guys were fighting, like really fighting, and it turned out to be horribly wrong. So I don't know how it will play out and how it's going to happen. So remember, Pierce, because he gave himself out to these people, he gets a chance to have time with his wife and stuff like that. That's why you can see them doing this kiss stuff and stuff like that. And we find out the black guy, I don't even know his name. I don't really trust him, really. I have nothing to trust him, because I feel like he's using this guy. He's using, because last season we discovered that only Jefferson's power, or the electricity that moves out of him is the one that was able to stabilize the children that were in his wife's body, and they came up as good superhero without having any trouble. So I think they're using his power to stabilize some of the poor kids, and they have control over them. And you see, like I was telling you, that the army wanted to control freelance. Seems like the government gave out because they were threatened, and the police couldn't do anything. So as you can see, the police chief was giving the statement of giving power to the army. So in the beginning of the episode, I was wondering what is the power, or what is really Gambi going to be playing. Remember, Gambi is the backup and is one who does those intensive research on whatever that is happening around the street, so that he can help Anissa and the family about everything. So they've already analyzed the new army commander, the guy who seems like he's in control of the army, and they already know what he is about and what his powers are. But we realize that he has a weakness in all these things. When he takes over, it seems like there's to be something that he takes, like an acid, so that he might have control over his superhero power, or whatever that that controls him. That's what we discovered today with Gambi. So it won't be a superhero movie without seeing a fist fight. I love the action, and I love the new suit of Anissa that she's using before she released Thunder, even though to the world it's just crazy. It seems like some of those army suits that people go through and fight through. As you can see, I don't want to lie to you, it suits her and it looks good, and I actually like the way it is on her and how crazy she goes. And I love how she brings the fight to the world, to those superheroes, and how she just jumps those stunts she does. They're just crazy. So also, the other person that I was wondering his party that he's going to play is our black pastor or black reverend or Freeland. I was wondering, what is he going to be playing in this episode? What is the most important thing is he going to be doing in this episode? But it didn't take time for us to actually realize what he's doing. So because this is the guy who's sorry guys, so this is the guy that we know. He's the one who's acting as the face of the freelance and the people, the one who's giving power to the people mostly, who's doing what the people want. We just discovered that also he's the one who's keeping in touch with the media and showing his face all over, so that he hides up everything that he's doing, so that the media might think that everything is okay. But because he's also working hand in hand with the superhero that is in freelance at the moment, they're helping each other to grab the meta kids and put them in a safe place, or a safe haven, if I might say, a safe place, so that they can be under control and they can be under safety of him. And as you can see, those are green light affected people or kids or students, because this green light seems like it affects more least children than more. The older people we have might be those children who were taken a longer time before, in the time of Jefferson, when Jefferson became Black Lightning and stuff like that. But as you can see, so we come back to this other part where we saw Jennifer being hit, and it looks like it's not looking good for her because she wasn't even moving. But I don't believe she's dead. I still don't believe that she's dead. But I have a feeling that the people who are down on their knees, they might actually discover herself now, and they might know who she is in the end, because they're going to remove this mask and they have an idea who she is. And also because she is one of the people who are in a powerful family, she stands up for the community almost each and every time. So it will be easy for them to draw up the dots, and it will be bad for a superhero to be known, hate disguise, or to be known by the world who she is really outside. I don't know how that is going to play out, but I'm really afraid of that, and it really scares me out. And we go back to our favorite character from last season. Remember, he was caught by Black Lightning and the family as they're fighting, and this seems like he's actually losing weight. Look at him, he looks like the guy who was sick, and I feel sorry for that person who felt like he was too strong and he was bigger than the community. He's really suffering now. He's really suffering. Look at him. I really feel sorry for him. So I don't know how he's going to play out with his life, and that seems like he was used by that kid who can read, or who can, when he looks at the children, might control the people. I think that has happened. We'll see what happens. So the last scene was of our favorite villain, who seems like anything he cannot die. And that's how the green light in him affected him, that he gets the faces of those people he killed and they hunt him because he sees them. So here we find him waking up with a lot of faces. So it means in the mid-break he has been busy. So I don't know how this is going to play and how is he going to help us in this term of the situation that Black Lightning, when he will be free, and how is Thunder going to play out so that they can do a lot of things. Because I feel like the enemy that they're going to be fighting is the government, not the Machiavellian. I don't see any threat from the Machiavellian because we haven't even seen anything. The government are actually killing people.